Are you ready? Grab your seats. Get situated. We're moving forward. Now, John, I just want you to know that I'm still waiting on the announcement of Niantic's new name. Who else is waiting? I'm still waiting on that, John. Next up, making spaces for a new generation of XR, blending the lines between the physical and digital. So, a little bit about Hugo Swart. Hugo serves as VP and GM of XR for Qualcomm Technologies Incorporated. He is responsible for overseeing Qualcomm's XR business and P&L, including go-to-market, product planning and roadmap, strategy, partnerships, and customer development. He spearheaded the standalone VR category in the industry with Qualcomm Technologies, their first reference design in 2016, and built their business from the ground up, the Technologies XR business from the ground up. He joined Qualcomm in 2003 as a tech marketing manager in charge of promoting wireless data technologies to operators worldwide. He has held roles of increasing responsibility since that time and has led successful R&D projects from idea inception to customer adoption in the wireless space. Prior to joining Qualcomm, Swart served as sales engineer for Lucent Technologies and Telecom Italia. Swart received his bachelor's and master's of science degrees in electrical engineering from the University of Campinas, Brazil, in addition to his MBA from San Diego State University. Hugo.
Hello, everyone. Very happy to be here, back at the AWE physically. Last time we talked, we addressed how 5G, AI, and XR are coming together to enable use cases like holographic telepresence. Today, we're going to address how we're making spaces for a new generation of XR. Actually, I forgot the clicker. Okay, back in business. For the past decades, we've all been used to computing in 2D rectangular screens, or even centuries, capturing and sharing information in 2D. We are now moving into a world where computing goes spatial. And the screen disappears. The world becomes your desktop. The world becomes your home screen. And we, in the industry here, all know this is just the beginning of a long journey. But Qualcomm, already 10 years ago and more, was already investing in XR. In 2007, we already had a smartphone AR research program. We enabled key technologies like VIO long time ago. We supported early head-worn headsets like ODG. And more recently, we have chips dedicated for VR and AR. And we continue to invest. We will continue to invest until we get to the holy grail glasses that everyone wants. But more specifically, over the last 3 years, we have been focusing on accelerating head-worn AR. Some of you may remember 2018. We introduced the concept of an AR viewer as an accessory to 5G smartphones with partners like Unreal. In 2019, we introduced the concept of a smart viewer here at AWE. And Lenovo commercialized, using this architecture, their product, the Think Reality A3. And we continue to invest in new technologies. Some of you may have heard through the grapevines, we acquired Wikitude about a couple of months ago. And I'm very happy to share with you for the first time that just last week, we acquired hand tracking technologies from Clay Air. Now, to accelerate head-worn AR, we really believe that, we all know actually, that we need to go beyond hardware. And that's why I couldn't be more excited to share our newest product. Snapdragon Spaces, a developer platform. A platform for developers to create head-worn AR experiences that adapt to the spaces around us. Now, there are 3 core elements to Snapdragon Spaces. The first one, technology and innovation, enabling our perception technology, algorithms, features directly to developers. Second, this is an open platform. We run Chronos runtime conformant and support open channels and open distribution. On top of that, it's a cross-device AR ecosystem. You can add in various OEMs, partners like Lenovo. Lenovo has the first AR glass supporting Snapdragon Spaces. And then we have Motorola, Xiaomi, Oppo to start. And operators as well. Docomo in Japan, T-Mobile in US, and Deutsche Telekom in Europe. And thanks to John for the shout out in the previous keynote, we're also collaborating with Niantic to expand to the outdoors and world-scale AR. Now, the third point, and I would argue the most important point. This is developer first. Developer comes first when designing this whole platform. And we're working with partners like Epic and Unity. We'll talk about that in a minute. But before moving forward, I wanted to show you a video depicting the key features that Snapdragon Spaces has. Let's watch it. Thank you. We are super excited about what Spaces can provide to developers. But we know we cannot do this alone. A key goal of the Snapdragon Spaces platform is to make it as friction-free as possible for developers to get started. And one important element of that is supporting the tools developers use, like 3D creation tools or engines. To talk more about that, I would like to introduce Rafaela from Epic. Round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rafaela Camera. I'm head of brands and advertiser solutions for Epic Games and Unreal Engine. So it is my job to form the most powerful collaborations with brands, agencies, and the consumer tech ecosystem to help build towards an open metaverse. And that's exactly why we're here today with Hugo. So while most of you, if not all of you, know who Epic Games is, I still wanted to take just 1 minute to explain who we are, as often people only think of us as a part of what we do. So first off, we've been around for 30 years, longer than most might remember, and our goal is very clear. We want to help all creators build for the open metaverse. And in that sense, we're not a tools company, we're not a gaming company, nor we are a licensing company. We are an ecosystem company. We are unique in that we provide many of the pieces needed to build the metaverse. And those are the tech and tools to build 3D assets and experiences, high fidelity, with Unreal Engine and our suite of creator tools, but also the services to help create and connect worlds with our Epic online services and our collaboration to open standard consortiums. We have the content libraries and storefronts with Unreal Engine Marketplace, Sketchfab, ArtStation, Quixel Bridge. We also have social experiences with more than 500 million players and billions of connections with Fortnite, Fortnite Creative, Rocket League, many others, and obviously our Epic Games store. And finally, we have an incredible community of developers that we support every day with our Epic Mega Grants, with fellowships, and by providing them with the same exact engine we use every day for our games, free to download with open source code. So we provide accessible tools to help creators build these gorgeous, dynamic, high fidelity, and socially connected worlds that can be accessed anywhere, anytime, web, mobile, VR, and ever more AR glasses. And that's exactly how the collaboration with Qualcomm started. We wanted to integrate Unreal Engine with Snapdragon Spaces to help AR glasses creators build experiences that are gorgeous as high fidelity. So in addition to that, we also believe in authenticity and in working with partners that believe in the same guiding principles that we stand by. So many of the ones that Hugo just talked about. Innovation. Again, we strive every day to try to demystify technology and create tools that are easy to use so that any creator can build at the speed of their imagination. Like our MetaHuman creator that allows you to build digital humans in less than an hour, down from weeks sometimes. Openness. We believe that everyone should be able to move and share freely across worlds, and that means that open standards, open source code tools, and open libraries are fundamental to be able to build and share at scale. And finally, developer first. Not only we provide the same engine we use, but we are working to build a digital ecosystem with economic business models that are favorable to creators. So to celebrate the partnership that we put together with Qualcomm, in addition to integrating Unreal Engine with Spaces, we also are collaborating with our Epic Mega Grants for AR glasses creators specifically to help them create gorgeous, innovative experiences. The first of which we're working on with the award-winning team of Felix and Paul. It's a gorgeous AR experience. We're very proud about it. Both companies are supporting it. And to talk a little bit more about it, I would like to invite on stage Stefan, who's co-founder and CEO of Felix and Paul Studios.
Thanks. Hi, everyone. So Felix and Paul Studio, you might know us already. We're a content creation studio, and over the past 8 years, we've produced over 25 experiences, from the visit of the White House with Michelle and Barack Obama, to special encounters with dinosaurs in Jurassic World. For the past 3 years, we've been working and creating content on board the International Space Station, filming inside and outside. You might see here, that's a photo from Thomas Pesquet, the French astronaut, or VR camera connected on the Canada arm. So we're bringing down on Earth stunning footage from our blue planet. While we release the different episode of Space Explorer, the ISS experience on the Oculus store, we are also distributing the content in the probably what is the most ambitious interactive touring installation, the Infinite. We're using Unreal Engine and Quest 2, powered by the Snapdragon XR2, to create a multiplayer location-based interactive experience, combining free roaming, 6DoF, and 3DoF video, sending 190 visitors per hour in space, and having simultaneously 90 persons on board the International Space Station. The Space Explorer, the Infinite, premiered in July in Montreal, and it's starting its US tour in December in Houston. But meanwhile, during the same period on Earth, we were working with the Jim Henson Company, trying to figure out how we could best bring alive the Jim Henson storyteller world. We kind of thought about using object-based augmented reality to reimagine the Grimm brothers' fairy tale, The Seven Ravens. We created this immersive storybook platform to tell extraordinary stories in a novel and engaging way, using a book as a physical object. Once paired with an AR device, the book becomes a physical template for fascinating experiences as the reader engages with these digital worlds through analog manipulation of the book, on which digital imagery is tracked and projected. As simple as a book, no interface needed. We all know how to deal with a book. Like, we had books in our hands since our childhood. And reading text, not since our childhood, that's more complex. So well, we all know how turning pages is moving us. How turning pages and reading books make us care for the stories, their world, and the characters. So we wanted to create a story, an experience for the readers to forget about the technology. So this experience had to be as simple and effortless as taking a book in your hand and start turning its pages. Epic supports help us to move forward. Working with Unreal Engine allow us to unleash the creative and to push forward the result of the animation and to keep moving forward in the exploration of AR storytelling, and while delivering an optimum experience. But tracking seamlessly an articulated object in AR comes with a lot of challenges, especially if you want to track the book in space at any moment, to follow smoothly any of your movement, because the character and their world and their stories are tracked and moving along with the book. And we wanted every pages to appear just as fluidly as you were turning pages of a book, unfolding in front of your eyes a living world that you are holding in your hands. So this required developing with a platform allowing us to recognize images, to track them, identify and predict not only the position of the book, but also the very moment the next page needs to be available when the reader is about to turn it, avoiding any loading time which would break the immersiveness of the experience. So working with the Qualcomm team and the Snapdragon Spaces platform to track articulated objects in AR is allowing us to reimagining how stories are experienced by kids of all ages. In our AR storybook experience, Jim Henson's The Storyteller, narrated by Neil Gaiman. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Epic and Felix and Paul, for working with us on Snapdragon Spaces. We're really excited about this new title and the new way to experience books that working together we're enabling. Now let's switch gears a little bit. Everyone knows that AR is a key use case for 5G. Everyone knows that operators are key to get new experiences and connected devices to the head of consumers. I would like to welcome Sven from Deutsche Telekom to talk about what they're doing and their initiatives in AR with Snapdragon Spaces.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks to Qualcomm, really, for investing heavy to take out fragmentation out of the market. I think it's something we all have been looking for quite some time. And the timing is really good. I remember 2 or 3 years ago, and I think a lot of people in this room as well, or even longer ago, we had all these visions about XR, what it can do, where it can go, right? And we just had to discover there are things which are not as easy to get to, technology, to solve the technology of glasses, etc. But now we are at a turning point. We see all these big fuss about the metaverse. We see NFTs coming up and all these kind of things. And we think that now is really the time to bring the whole industry into mass market. At Deutsche Telekom, as well as T-Mobile US, our sister company, we've been engaging for quite some time already in XR. We have done use cases. We have content in music and sports, etc. We've created a lot. But obviously, we also bring networks and 5G to the party, and we believe that this is a key enabler going forward. But at the end of the day, it's not only about us creating stuff, and it's not only us and Qualcomm together to be engaging, but like Hugo already said, it's really about developers, content creators, and these people to bring content into the market. Without content, there's really no big chance to be successful in the market. So we have been engaging in content and in developer activities quite some time again. So we have Huprom at Deutsche Telekom, our accelerator. We have T-Mobile Accelerator in the US. And we have done programs in the last year with people like Unreal, also with Qualcomm together, to engage with developers and to give them opportunities to bring their solutions to our customers. But now with this new program of Qualcomm, we will do our first really cross-Atlantic engagement with developers. So we will join forces with the Huprom, with Accelerator across the Atlantic to maximize the impact for developers, to reach all our customer bases on both sides of the ocean. So we are really excited that Qualcomm is starting this program, and we join in and we sort of bring all the people together to maximize the impact for the whole industry. And we are really excited about the journey we are going on that together. So looking forward to working with all of you, and looking forward to work with you, Hugo, to get this thing off the ground. Thank you.
Thanks again, Sven. We're looking forward to seeing the work that Deutsche Telekom, T-Mobile, but also Docomo, to get AR devices with Snapdragon Spaces onto consumers' heads. Now, Qualcomm really believes in the developer ecosystem and is actively making ventures investment in this space. One of the companies that we led around for is Resolution Games. They have been working in VR and very successful there. But now I would like to invite Tommy on stage to talk a bit about their work with Snapdragon Spaces and AR. Welcome, Tommy.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Hugo. And thank you, Qualcomm, for inviting us to stage. So my name is Tommy Palm. I'm one of the founders of Resolution Games, a studio we started about 7 years ago, focused on VR and AR. We've been very bullish about this technology for a long time. And we feel this is the first time you can actually be inside of the games, which is very exciting. We've been releasing, I think it's 7 games up to now, 17 even. And we've always been very excited about social aspects of gaming in general. And VR and AR is fantastic at that, to make people feel like they're present together wherever you are in the world. And in the beginning, of course, very hard as a new platform emerges to do multiplayer, because there isn't the concurrency you need in order to meet other people. So the first games released back in 2016 were single-player experience, but we had in mind that we wanted to do multiplayer in the future. Our first venture into AR, first product launch was in 2018. We worked together with Rovio and their brand Angry Birds and brought that to head-mounted AR. And when we did that, we didn't have the hardware from the beginning, so we actually simulated AR in VR. And that way we discovered that this would actually make a great VR game. So we talked to Rovio and we published this ourselves on the VR ecosystem, and it's been doing fantastic there ever since. A really fun experience to work on. Last year we released a game called Blaston, which is a futuristic shooting game. You duel with other people online. It's half sport, half game. It's very physical as you dodge bullet and work in the space. And when we selected the title, we looked a lot at this is something that could work really well in AR as well. And now we're experimenting with the pass-through camera and making sure that you can cross-play with somebody who is not in VR and somebody who is. And it has a lot of benefits. If you see your environment, it's less likely to crash your plant or whatever you have in your space, for instance. And it's a really great aspect of the technology, because now you can have the concurrency. We already have 5 million users in VR, not for the game specifically, but in general as a market. And as the AR head-mounted headsets are coming, that's a really good user base. I'm very happy to announce that we are creating a division solely focused on AR. And we have released 3 games so far, and we're working on 3 projects concurrently now. So we'll be betting very heavily on AR. We think it's a very, very exciting platform. It's been part of science fiction for a really long time, but with initiatives like Snapdragon Spaces, where the future is closer than ever. We believe that this is the next big computing platform, and it's very, very exciting things that you can do with it. Video games is kind of the foundation technology on which whatever experience you're doing builds on. Things like avatars, virtual worlds, AI is all the things that we work with very commonly. Video game technology has always been great at spearheading new platforms, and is one of the use cases that consumers are willing to pay for very early on. So it's great to be here, and I'm super excited about that. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tommy. Thank you for all my guests today. We have been working, well, first, Snapdragon Spaces general availability is spring 2022. But in the meanwhile, we have been working with early access developers listed on this page. I would like to thank these companies for participating in our early access program. We're looking forward to see what they are creating with it in the near future. Now, if you want to learn more about Snapdragon Spaces, 2 things we're offering here at AWE. First, our booth. Please visit and talk to our experts. And second, Steve Lucas in my team has a couple of sessions where he's going to go under the hood on Snapdragon Spaces, so please attend those if you are interested. But there is one more announcement today. I would like to introduce a new program for developers wanting to use Snapdragon Spaces. The Pathfinder program, designed to support AR innovators through early access to the platform, project funding, hardware development kits, co-marketing and promotion. And we are accepting applications today. Thank you. You can find more information and apply at qualcomm.com/spaces. We're excited to hear your ideas for developing with Snapdragon Spaces. Thank you very much, everyone.